Hi Debs, how we doing?
Well, thank you. Yourself?
Yeah, all good, all good. We're here at the Recruitment Agency Expo in London. So it's now 20 past one on day one. How's it going today?
It's been good. Some really, really good conversations. Seen a lot of our FCSA members and recruiter partners. It really good conversations. Compliance conversations talking about Joint and Several Liability, Employment Rights Act. You kind of what's coming, what the landscape looks like. It's been good.
Good, good. And obviously, from an AGPayroll point of view, we just became the FCSA member
You have
as of
indeed. Yeah.
January. And a big thank you for your help on it. You were fantastic.
No, all you.
So, no, AGPayroll becoming FCSA accredited. I was talking to you earlier on, and it's been a massive impact on our business. I think we've brought on about 15 new clients just in the last 2.5 months.
That's
So
fantastic.
it just shows that FCSA really is the gold standard of compliance out there. So, well done to the FCSA.
No, again, getting through the assessment, it's not easy. Obviously, the codes are online, so everybody can see exactly what standards you're being held against. And I think that's one of the bigger, it puts it aside from other companies, because you are held to account against those standards because people can see them and can question it. And as you've been through it yourself, you know that it's not just a tick box exercise. You're having to evidence what you've done, and it's not just do the things add up. We're looking more than that, aren't we? We're looking at the process behind, and if that goes wrong, how are you going to fix it? And you've had to obviously show that through that journey.
And from an agency point of view, what sort of assurance do they get when they know that they're working with an FCSA accredited payroll company?
It's a really good question. So for any FCSA member, obviously we have our prerequisites. So, how long you've been trading, the financial liquidity of the business, the fact we ask for audited accounts, whether you need them, from a statutory basis or not, you still have to have them and evidence them for us. But that ongoing compliance, you don't go into an accreditation like FCSA if you're knowingly doing something bad or, you're trying to dodge the system. You do it when you're trying to prove that you are, you are as good as you're saying you are, you think you are. So from assurances, I think at any point, anybody can query a member. Transparency is up there. Part of another system that we have, our members can upload the real-time information, so the HMRC proofs, as we call it, so they're showing that you are month-on-month paying your liabilities across, and that's being checked against and cross-referenced. And that's important. But it goes further than that. It's that trust and relationship and getting third parties in to look, so the assessors that we use, the experts in the field, and they look at this stuff day in, day out. And whilst you're assessed against your own merit, you're assessed against everybody else as well, because we have that standard, and the standard raises every year. And I think that's the other side for what agencies can take away. It's the assurance of the codes are up to date. So we link in with HMRC each year and double check that the codes are where they should be. So obviously the ERA changes that are coming, we're going to see things like that reflected in the code. JSL, where there's a connected party, that's going into the code to make sure that the end clients are aware. Yeah. So it's, for us, transparency, continuous improvement, and having a really open relationship with the agencies.
No, it's all good. And you mentioned JSL there. That's the hot topic for you guys.
Yeah.
Especially for us at the moment, it's everyone wants to talk about it. So how are you finding that? How are the conversations going?
They're mixed, in all fairness. So Joint and Several Liability comes into play at the beginning of April. It's a mixed bag. So we are seeing certain MSPs dictating a supply chain maybe that they haven't done before. We're seeing some end clients dictating a supply chain. And then we're seeing some that are, in all fairness, not overly bothered. The consistent message we see across it all, it's that FCSA accreditation is required. And then the extra add-on, so whether it's a payslip checking tool, whether it's additional due diligence, whatever else they want to do to, kind of support that package. But I think we've gone away from taking anybody at face value. Proof is evidence. And ultimately, like you said, the FCSA accreditation has opened doors, which is fantastic to hear. Really, really good to hear. And I think that is we're seeing that in the market, that where historically an agency might have been willing to take a chance with an umbrella that may or may not have been doing things quite right, they now won't take that chance. So they move into the ones who are known, trusted, etc.
No, I think with this legislation, we want the good guys to come to the fore and win the business, and then hopefully the bad guys, or if anyone's using models that they shouldn't be, then hopefully HMRC crack down on them, as we talked about earlier on.
Yeah.
All we want is a level playing field.
That's all anybody wants, isn't it? That nobody can be undercut, because how can you undercut in this market? You should all be there or thereabouts. The margin will be the only difference, and maybe what other extras you offer.